The deadly world Death World was the name whispered across the galaxy with a mix of fear and respect. This planet was known for its extreme dangers, crushing gravity, toxic gases, and fierce storms. No one had ever dared to live there, and few even tried to explore it. Most believed that Death World was a place where only the brave or the foolish would go. But for Dr. Alex Carter, this world was not a symbol of terror, but a challenge. Alex was a brilliant scientist and explorer who had spent years studying Death World from afar. He had read every report and analyzed every piece of data available. To him, Death World was a puzzle waiting to be solved, a mystery that begged to be unraveled. Alex was on a mission. He had a vision of transforming Death World from a place of fear into a thriving human settlement. It wasn't just about proving that it could be done, it was about pushing the boundaries of human potential. He had gathered a team of skilled scientists, engineers, and adventurers, all of whom shared his excitement and determination. The preparations for the mission were intense. The team spent months designing and building a special spacecraft equipped with advanced technology to handle the extreme conditions of Death World. They created suits that could withstand toxic gases and developed equipment to manage the planet's severe gravity. Each member of the team had a specific role to play, and they worked tirelessly to ensure everything was perfect. When the day of departure arrived, the team was a mix of nerves and excitement. They boarded the spacecraft, their faces set with determination. As the ship left the safety of their home planet, they looked back one last time, knowing they might never return. The journey to Death World was filled with challenges. The spacecraft had to navigate through dangerous asteroid fields and avoid cosmic debris. Every day brought new problems to solve, but the team worked together with unwavering focus. They communicated with Earth regularly, updating everyone on their progress and seeking advice when needed. After weeks of travel, Death World finally appeared on the ship's sensors. The planet's surface was a swirling mass of violent storms and dark clouds. As they approached, the crew could see the planet's jagged landscape, towering mountains, deep canyons, and strange rock formations. It was both beautiful and terrifying. The spacecraft landed with a heavy thud on a relatively flat area of Death World. The team suited up in their protective gear and prepared to step outside. The moment the airlock opened, they were hit by a rush of bitterly cold, toxic air. The team's masks filtered the air, but the hostile environment made every movement challenging. The first steps onto the planet's surface were slow and careful. The ground was uneven, and the gravity felt much stronger than they had anticipated. The team had to move cautiously, using their equipment to stabilize themselves. Every few minutes, they had to stop and check their instruments, ensuring that everything was functioning properly. Despite the difficulties, the team was exhilarated. They had made it to Death World, and they were determined to conquer it. They set up their initial base camp, which included a small shelter and equipment for collecting samples and analyzing the environment. As the days passed, the team faced numerous obstacles. They encountered powerful storms that threatened to destroy their equipment and make their mission nearly impossible. The extreme temperatures and radiation levels tested their endurance. Yet, with every challenge, their resolve grew stronger. They learned to adapt and improvise, using their ingenuity to overcome each problem. The local wildlife, though not abundant, was highly aggressive. Strange creatures with sharp claws and teeth roamed the area, adding another layer of danger. The team had to be on constant alert, using their advanced sensors to detect any potential threats. In their downtime, the team members shared stories and plans. They talked about what they hoped to achieve and why they were willing to risk everything for this mission. Their conversations revealed their dedication and the personal stakes each of them had in the success of the project. Dr. Alex Carter remained the driving force behind the mission. His passion and confidence inspired the team. He frequently reminded them of their goal, to transform Death World into a place where humanity could thrive. His vision was clear. If they could succeed here, they would prove that humans could overcome any challenge. As the first month on Death World came to an end, the team had made significant progress. They had established a more permanent base and had begun preliminary work on making the planet more hospitable. Their work was far from easy, but each small success brought them closer to their goal. The story of Death World and the humans who dared to conquer it was only just beginning. The planet was still full of dangers and mysteries, but the team's spirit and determination shone brightly. They were not just surviving, they were pioneering a new frontier. And so, with every step they took and every challenge they overcame, the team wrote a new chapter in the story of Death World. They were setting the stage for something extraordinary, and their journey was far from over, heading to danger. The day had finally arrived for Dr. Alex Carter and his team to embark on their daring mission to Death World. Excitement buzzed through the control room as the spacecraft, the Vanguard, prepared for launch. The team had spent countless hours preparing for this moment, and now it was time to put their plans into action. Alex stood at the spacecraft's entrance, taking one last look at the familiar surroundings of their home base. He could feel the weight of the mission pressing on his shoulders, but his excitement overshadowed any fears. He turned to his team, who were busy checking their equipment and finalizing last-minute details. The spacecraft was a marvel of modern technology. It was built to withstand the harshest environments and equipped with advanced life support systems, shields, and navigation tools. The design was sleek and strong, reflecting the hard work and dedication that had gone into its creation. The team's mission was not only to survive, but to thrive on Death World. As the countdown began, tension filled the air. The crew members, clad in their high-tech suits, took their seats and secured their harnesses. Alex gave a reassuring nod to his team, knowing they were ready for whatever lay ahead. The engines roared to life, and the spacecraft lifted off the ground, gradually ascending into the starry sky. The initial phase of the journey was smooth. The spacecraft glided through space with precision, and the team settled into their routine. They monitored their instruments, reviewed their plans, and shared stories to keep morale high. Despite the comfortable surroundings inside the Vanguard, the reality of their mission was never far from their minds. As they approached the outer edge of the solar system, things started to get more challenging. The spacecraft entered a region of space known for its dense asteroid fields. These fields were filled with rocky debris that could easily damage or destroy their vessel. The crew's focus intensified as they navigated through this treacherous area. Alex took charge, expertly guiding the spacecraft with the help of his advanced navigation systems. The crew worked together, using their training and skills to monitor and avoid potential collisions. The asteroid field seemed endless, with rocks of all sizes whizzing by. Every sudden movement or change in direction had to be calculated with care. The journey through the asteroid field took hours, but the team's determination never wavered. They managed to dodge the larger rocks and navigate through the smaller debris. Each successful maneuver was met with a cheer or a high five, and the crew's confidence grew with each passing minute. Once they had safely exited the asteroid field, the spacecraft entered a quieter stretch of space. The team took a moment to relax and enjoy the view of distant stars and planets. The calm was a welcome relief, but it didn't last long. They were soon approaching the boundary of the Death World system. The spacecraft's sensors started picking up unusual readings. The team's excitement was tinged with nervousness as they realized they were about to enter a region known for its unpredictable cosmic weather. Solar flares and radiation bursts were common in this part of space, and the crew had to be ready for anything. The ship's shields activated, and the crew braced themselves for the turbulence. The spacecraft rocked as it passed through a series of solar storms. Lights flickered and alarms sounded, but the crew stayed calm and focused. They worked quickly to adjust their settings and protect their equipment from the intense energy. Despite the challenges, the team's spirits remained high. They took turns at the controls, guiding the spacecraft through the stormy region. Each successful adjustment brought them COI. Finally, the storm subsided and the spacecraft emerged into a more stable area of space. Ahead, the ominous shape of Death World loomed, its surface dark and foreboding. The planet's atmosphere was visible as a swirling mass of clouds, and its gravity could already be felt pulling at the spacecraft. The team prepared for the final approach. Alex gave a brief pep talk, reminding everyone of the mission's importance and their ability to handle whatever came their way. They checked their equipment one last time and reviewed their landing procedures. The spacecraft descended into the atmosphere, and the team felt the full force of Deathworld's gravity. The ship shook and rattled as it passed through the thick, toxic clouds. Visibility was poor, and the crew had to rely on their instruments to guide them through the dense atmosphere. After what felt like hours, the spacecraft finally broke through the clouds and approached the surface. The landscape below was a chaotic mix of jagged mountains, deep valleys, and strange rock formations. The planet's surface was bathed in an eerie, dim light, casting long shadows across the terrain. The spacecraft landed with a heavy thud, and the team let out a collective sigh of relief. They had made it to Deathworld. The airlock doors opened, and the team prepared to step outside for the first time. The toxic air greeted them with a cold, bitter gust, but their suits provided the necessary protection. Alex took a deep breath, feeling a mix of triumph and trepidation. The mission had just begun, and the real work was about to start. As the team set up their initial base camp and began their first tasks, the reality of their situation settled in. Deathworld was as harsh and unforgiving as they had anticipated, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. With each step, they took on this alien world. They knew they were pushing the boundaries of human exploration. The risks were high, but the potential rewards were even greater. The journey had been difficult, but their determination and teamwork had brought them to this point. And so, with their spirits high and their goal firmly in mind, the team began their work on Deathworld, ready to face whatever dangers awaited them. Survival Mode. The initial excitement of landing on Deathworld quickly gave way to the harsh reality of survival. The team, led by Dr. Alex Carter, faced challenges that tested their skills and determination every day. The planet's extreme conditions made even the simplest tasks difficult, but the team was prepared to push through. The base camp was set up as a small, makeshift shelter with essential equipment. Inside, the temperature was controlled, but outside, the weather was anything but friendly. Violent storms raged across the landscape, and the air was thick with toxic gases. The ground was uneven and treacherous, making movement a constant struggle. Alex and his team woke up early each day, ready to tackle their tasks. The first priority was to secure their base camp. They had to reinforce the shelter to withstand the constant storms and radiation. The winds howled around them, and the rain came in heavy, acidic sheets. The team worked quickly, using advanced materials to fortify the structure. Despite their best efforts, the storms sometimes breached their defenses. On one particularly fierce day, a storm ripped through their shelter, causing damage to their equipment and supplies. The team had to act fast, repairing the breaches and salvaging what they could. Their quick response prevented a total loss, but it was a stark reminder of the dangers they faced. As they repaired their base, the team also had to deal with the planet's wildlife. Strange, aggressive creatures roamed the area. They were unlike anything seen before, large with sharp claws and teeth and highly territorial. The team used their advanced sensors to detect these creatures and avoid encounters whenever possible. One day, a group of these creatures attacked the base. The team was caught off guard while they were outside collecting samples. The creatures charged at them, snarling and snapping. The team fought back, using non-lethal deterrents to drive them away. The encounter was intense, but they managed to protect their base and each other. In the aftermath, the team took extra precautions. They set up additional barriers around their camp and increased their patrols. They also improved their monitoring systems to detect any potential threats earlier. Each member of the team took turns on watch, ensuring that they were always alert to danger. Food and water were another critical concern. Deathworld's environment was harsh, and natural resources were scarce. The team had to rely on their supplies and technology to produce clean water and food. They set up advanced filtration systems to purify the water from planet sources, and began growing crops in controlled environments within their base. Growing food on Deathworld was a challenge. The soil was toxic and unfit for traditional crops, so they used hydroponic systems to grow plants in nutrient-rich solutions. The team had to carefully monitor the growth conditions and make adjustments to ensure the crops thrived. It was a slow process, but seeing the first vegetables grow was a significant morale boost. Despite these efforts, the team faced ongoing struggles. The toxic air outside made it impossible to spend long periods away from their shelter. They had to wear their protective suits, which were cumbersome and uncomfortable. The suits provided essential life support, but they also made movement more difficult. Communication with their home base was another challenge. The thick atmosphere of Deathworld interfered with signals, making it hard to maintain a steady connection. The team had to rely on powerful communication equipment and signal boosters to stay in touch. Regular updates were crucial for keeping their supporters informed and for receiving any necessary guidance. One evening, as the team gathered for their daily briefing, Alex noticed the exhaustion on their faces. The long days and constant threats were taking a toll. He decided to hold a motivational meeting, reminding everyone of their goal and the progress they had made. He shared stories of their successes and emphasized how their hard work was making a difference. The meeting was a turning point. The team's spirits lifted, and they felt renewed energy. They understood that their mission was not just about surviving, but about thriving and making a significant impact. With this renewed focus, they approached each day with a sense of purpose and determination. As the weeks passed, the team adapted to the challenges of Deathworld. They developed new techniques for survival, improved their equipment, and became more efficient in their tasks. The base camp began to take shape as a functional and relatively comfortable home. Their ability to manage their resources and overcome obstacles was a testament to their resilience and ingenuity. Deathworld was still a dangerous and unpredictable place, but the team was no longer merely surviving. They were beginning to make the planet their own. The progress they had made was remarkable, considering the difficulties they faced. Each small victory brought them closer to their goal of transforming Deathworld into a habitable world. Their journey was far from over, but the team was determined to succeed. They knew that the challenges ahead would be tough, but they were ready to face them with courage and teamwork. As they continued their work, they remained focused on their mission and hopeful for the future. Deathworld had tested them in ways they had never imagined, but it had also shown them what they were capable of. The planet's harsh environment had pushed them to their limits, but it had also brought out the best in them. They were not just explorers, they were pioneers, and their story was only beginning. Hidden Secrets. As Dr. Alex Carter and his team continued their efforts to survive and adapt to Deathworld, they began to uncover signs that the planet held more than just harsh conditions and dangerous wildlife. Strange anomalies in the data collected by their sensors hinted at hidden secrets beneath the planet's surface. One day, while analyzing geological samples, Dr. Emma Lee, the team's geologist, noticed something unusual. The readings from one area of the planet showed high concentrations of an unknown mineral. This mineral did not match anything on their data charts. Emma's curiosity was piqued, and she brought her findings to Alex. "This mineral is unlike anything we've seen," Emma explained. "It might be a key to understanding Deathworld's history or even its hidden potential." Alex agreed that further investigation was necessary. He assembled a team to explore the area where the unusual mineral readings were highest. They prepared for an expedition, ensuring they had all necessary equipment, including advanced drills and scanners. The journey to the site was challenging, with rough terrain and unstable weather conditions, but the team was determined to uncover the mystery. When they arrived at the location, the team began their work. They set up a temporary station and started drilling into the ground. The mineral deposits were deep and the drilling was slow and labor-intensive. As they dug deeper, the team discovered a network of tunnels and caverns beneath the surface. The walls of these tunnels were lined with the same mysterious mineral. The team carefully explored the tunnels, using their lights and sensors to navigate the dark and narrow passages. The air inside was cooler and less toxic than the surface, providing a brief respite from the harsh conditions above. As they ventured further, they came across strange symbols and markings on the walls of the caverns. Dr. Raj Patel, the team's linguist, examined the symbols and tried to decipher their meaning. "These markings don't match any known language or script," he said. "They might be an ancient form of communication or a record of something significant." The symbols appeared to be a combination of geometric shapes and abstract designs. Some of them resembled maps or charts, while others seemed to tell a story. The team photographed and recorded everything, hoping to decode the messages later. As they continued their exploration, they stumbled upon a large chamber filled with unusual artifacts. The chamber was adorned with intricate carvings and structures that seemed to be built by an advanced civilization. In the center of the chamber stood a massive stone monument covered in glowing symbols. The team approached the monument cautiously. The symbols on the stone emitted a faint, pulsating light. Emma, who had a background in archaeology, examined the monument closely. "This looks like it could be a key or a power source," she said. "If we can understand its function, it might reveal more about the planet's history." Alex decided to bring in a specialized team to study the artifact further. They worked for hours, using advanced tools and technology to analyze the monument. The glowing symbols seemed to react to their presence, and the team could sense a subtle energy emanating from the stone. During their investigation, they discovered a hidden chamber behind the monument. Inside, they found ancient records and devices, some of which appeared to be advanced technology. It was clear that whoever had built these structures had a deep understanding of science and engineering. Among the artifacts, they found a series of crystal discs inscribed with more symbols. Dr. Patel carefully examined these discs and realized they might contain important information. "These could be data storage devices," he suggested. "If we can access the data, it might explain more about the civilization that once lived here." The team collected the discs and transported them back to their base camp. They set up a secure lab to analyze the data. The process was slow, as the technology was unfamiliar and complex. However, they managed to extract some information from the discs. The data revealed that Death World had once been home to a highly advanced civilization. This civilization had developed technology capable of manipulating the planet's environment, but they had mysteriously vanished. The records suggested that the civilization had faced a catastrophic event that led to their downfall. The team was excited by this discovery. It provided valuable insights into the planet's past and hinted at the potential for future advancements. Understanding the ancient technology could be key to transforming Death World into a habitable world. As they continued their research, the team found evidence of advanced environmental control systems. These systems had been designed to regulate the planet's climate and make it more suitable for life. The team realized that if they could reverse engineer and adapt this technology, they might be able to improve conditions on Death World. With this new knowledge, the team focused on developing plans to incorporate the ancient technology into their survival efforts. They worked on creating prototypes and testing the systems in controlled environments. The goal was to use the technology to stabilize the planet's climate and make it more hospitable for human life. The discovery of the hidden secrets beneath Death World was a major breakthrough. It not only provided valuable insights into the planet's history, but also opened up new possibilities for its future. The team's hard work and perseverance had paid off, and they were now on the path to transforming Death World from a place of fear into a thriving human settlement. As they moved forward, the team remained focused on their mission. They knew that there were still many challenges ahead, but the knowledge they had gained gave them hope and determination. Death World was no longer just a dangerous and mysterious place. It was a world full of potential, waiting to be unlocked. The journey was far from over, but the team was ready to face whatever lay ahead. With each new discovery and breakthrough, they came closer to achieving their goal. The hidden secrets of Death World had revealed a glimpse of what could be accomplished with courage, ingenuity, and teamwork. Trouble and conflict. The excitement of uncovering Death World's secrets soon faced a new and unexpected challenge. After the team's recent breakthrough, tensions began to rise, both within the team and from external threats. The harsh environment of Death World, combined with the pressure of their mission, created a volatile situation. It all began with a sudden, severe storm that struck their base camp. The team had grown accustomed to regular storms, but this one was different. The winds howled louder, and the rain came down in torrents. The storm battered the base, causing significant damage. Parts of their shelter were ripped apart, and their equipment was exposed to the elements. Alex Carter immediately called for an emergency meeting. The team gathered in what remained of their command center, drenched and exhausted. "We need to act fast," Alex said, his voice steady despite the chaos. "We can't afford any more damage. We need to reinforce the base and secure our supplies." The crew jumped into action. They worked tirelessly to repair the damage and protect their resources. The storm raged on for hours, testing their resolve. With each passing minute, the team faced new challenges: power outages, leaks, and structural weaknesses. The storm's intensity made their efforts feel like a losing battle. As the storm finally subsided, the team assessed the damage. The base was battered but still standing. However, the storm had taken its toll on their supplies. Their hydroponic systems were damaged, and some of their food and water reserves were compromised. The situation was dire, and the team had to make critical decisions to ensure their survival. In the midst of these difficulties, internal conflicts began to surface. The pressure of the situation and the strain of constant work led to friction among team members. Disagreements over priorities and strategies became more frequent. Dr. Emma Lee and Dr. Raj Patel clashed over how to allocate their remaining resources. Emma wanted to focus on repairing their hydroponic systems, while Raj argued for improving their communication equipment. The tension reached a breaking point during a heated argument in the command center. Emma and Raj's voices grew louder, and their frustration was evident. Alex stepped in, trying to mediate. "We need to work together," he said firmly. "We can't let this situation divide us. Let's focus on what's most urgent and tackle our problems one step at a time." Despite Alex's efforts, the rift between Emma and Raj remained. Their disagreement created a divide in the team, affecting morale and productivity. The team's unity, which had been their strength, was now under threat. Amidst the internal struggles, the team faced another external threat. The aggressive wildlife on Deathworld became more active. The disturbances caused by the storm seemed to have angered the creatures. One evening, a new wave of attacks began. The creatures, more ferocious and persistent than before, started to invade the perimeter of their base. The team was forced to defend their camp once again. They used every tool and weapon at their disposal to drive the creatures away. The battles were intense, and the team's exhaustion from the storm and repairs only added to the difficulty. The creatures were relentless, and each attack seemed more dangerous than the last. During one particularly fierce attack, a creature managed to breach the perimeter and enter the base. It targeted the damaged areas, causing further destruction. The team fought back fiercely, managing to subdue the creature and secure the base. However, the damage was significant, and the team's resources were stretched thin. As the days passed, the internal and external pressures continued to build. The team's morale was at a low point. The conflict between Emma and Raj showed no signs of resolving, and the constant threats from the wildlife kept everyone on edge. Alex felt the weight of leadership more than ever. Determined to restore harmony, Alex decided to address the team's internal issues head-on. He called a meeting to discuss the problems openly and honestly. "We're all under a lot of stress," he said. "But we need to remember why we're here. Our mission is too important for us to be divided. Let's put our differences aside and focus on finding solutions together." The meeting was intense, but it allowed team members to express their frustrations and concerns. Alex facilitated the discussion, helping to find common ground and reach compromises. Slowly, the team began to rebuild their trust and cooperation. They agreed to prioritize their tasks more effectively and work together to address both internal and external challenges. With renewed focus, the team set to work. They implemented a revised plan to repair their base and strengthen their defenses. They improved their communication systems and reallocated their resources to address the most critical needs. The teamwork and determination that had initially driven their mission were rekindled. As they worked through the difficulties, the team discovered that their conflicts had led to important insights. They learned to appreciate each other's perspectives and skills, finding ways to integrate their different approaches into their problem-solving strategies. The challenges had forged a stronger and more resilient team. Despite the ongoing threats and difficulties, the team's spirit was restored. They faced each new challenge with a sense of unity and purpose. The conflicts and troubles they had faced had tested their resolve, but they emerged stronger and more determined to succeed. The journey on Deathworld was far from easy, but the team's perseverance and cooperation had brought them closer to their goal. They had learned valuable lessons about teamwork, resilience, and the importance of staying focused on their mission. As they continued their work, they remained committed to transforming Death World into a place where humans could thrive. The troubles and conflicts they had faced were now part of their story, a testament to their strength and determination in the face of adversity. Transforming the planet. After overcoming significant challenges, Dr. Alex Carter and his team were more determined than ever to achieve their mission on Death World. The recent troubles had tested their resolve, but they were now ready to focus on their main goal, transforming Death World into a habitable planet. With the base repaired and their internal conflicts resolved, the team began to implement the advanced technology they had discovered in the hidden chambers beneath the surface. They started with the environmental control systems, hoping to make the planet's harsh conditions more livable. Dr. Emma Lee led the effort to integrate the ancient technology into their existing systems. She and her team worked tirelessly to adapt the technology, which included devices designed to regulate temperature, control atmospheric pressure, and filter harmful gases. The process was complex, but Emma's expertise and determination guided the team through each step. The first major test was to activate the environmental control systems on a small scale. They set up a controlled environment in a section of their base and connected it to the new technology. As the systems powered up, the team closely monitored the results. The temperature began to stabilize and the air quality improved. The initial results were promising, but the team knew that scaling up the technology would be more challenging. They needed to expand their efforts beyond the confines of their base and begin transforming the planet's atmosphere and climate on a larger scale. Alex organized a plan to deploy the environmental control systems across a wider area. The team set up additional equipment and distributed it throughout the base's perimeter. They also started working on remote stations to monitor and control the systems from different locations. The deployment was a massive undertaking. The team faced numerous obstacles, from harsh weather conditions to equipment malfunctions, but their previous experience had prepared them for these challenges. They worked in shifts, maintaining constant vigilance and adjusting their strategies as needed. One of the biggest challenges was dealing with Death World's extreme weather. The storms had grown more intense, and the team had to adapt their equipment to withstand the harsh conditions. They reinforced their systems and created protective enclosures to shield sensitive components. Despite these difficulties, progress was being made. The environmental control systems began to have a noticeable impact on the surrounding area. The temperature fluctuations became less severe, and the air quality improved. Plants that had previously struggled to grow in the harsh conditions started to show signs of recovery. Encouraged by these results, Alex and his team decided to take their efforts a step further. They began implementing terraforming techniques to enhance the planet's soil and promote vegetation growth. They used advanced technology to enrich the soil with essential nutrients and create suitable conditions for plant life. The team also focused on building greenhouses and growing areas to support agriculture. They set up hydroponic systems and soil cultivation units, experimenting with different crops to determine which would thrive in the transformed environment. Their goal was to create a sustainable food supply that would support future settlers. As the weeks passed, the changes to Death World became more apparent. The once barren and hostile landscape began to show signs of life. Small plants and shrubs started to grow, and the air became less toxic. The team's efforts were beginning to pay off, and they were optimistic about the future. However, their progress did not go unnoticed. Other spacefaring civilizations had become aware of the changes on Death World and were curious about the planet's transformation. Some viewed the project with skepticism, while others saw it as an opportunity for potential collaboration. One day, a delegation from a nearby alien civilization arrived at the base. They were intrigued by the team's work and wanted to learn more about their methods. The delegation included scientists and diplomats who were eager to see the progress and discuss potential partnerships. Alex welcomed the delegation and gave them a tour of the base and the transformed areas. He explained the technology and techniques they had used to improve the planet's conditions. The delegation was impressed by the team's achievements and offered their support and resources. The collaboration with the alien civilization opened up new possibilities for the project. The team gained access to additional technology and expertise that could accelerate their efforts. They worked together to refine their environmental control systems and expand their terraforming activities. With the support of their new allies, the team made even faster progress. They were able to implement advanced systems that further enhanced the planet's climate and infrastructure. The once deadly world was gradually becoming a more hospitable environment. As the transformation continued, the team began to focus on long-term sustainability. They developed plans for establishing permanent settlements and infrastructure to support future inhabitants. The goal was to create a thriving and self-sustaining ecosystem that could support human life and potentially other species as well. The success of the transformation project was a testament to the team's resilience and ingenuity. They had turned Death World from a place of danger and despair into a promising new world with potential for growth and development. The challenges they had faced had strengthened their resolve and deepened their understanding of what was possible. As they looked toward the future, the team remained committed to their mission. They knew that there was still much work to be done, but they were confident in their ability to overcome any obstacles. The transformation of Death World was not just a victory for them, but a beacon of hope for humanity's future in the galaxy. The story of Death World was one of triumph over adversity, a story of courage, determination, and the power of human innovation. The team's efforts had transformed a once hostile world into a place of possibility, and their legacy would inspire future generations to reach for the stars and beyond, earning respect. With Death World gradually becoming a more hospitable place, Dr. Alex Carter and his team were ready for their next challenge, earning the respect of the broader galactic community. Their work had garnered attention from other spacefaring civilizations, but they needed to demonstrate their success and capabilities to gain true recognition and support. The first opportunity came when a major interstellar conference was announced. This conference would bring together representatives from various civilizations to discuss advancements in technology, science, and intergalactic cooperation. Alex saw this as a chance to showcase their achievements and present their case for Death World's potential. Preparation for the conference was intense. The team worked tirelessly to compile their data, create presentations, and prepare demonstrations. They knew that the stakes were high and that they needed to make a strong impression. Alex and his team practiced their speeches, ensuring they could effectively communicate their progress and vision for Death World. On the day of the conference, the team arrived at the bustling space station where the event was held. The station was a hub of activity, filled with representatives from diverse civilizations. The team set up their exhibit in a prominent location, showcasing the environmental control systems and the terraforming progress they had made on Death World. As the conference began, representatives from various species visited the exhibits, asking questions and examining the displays. Some were skeptical, while others were genuinely interested. Alex and his team took the time to explain their work and address concerns. They demonstrated the effectiveness of their technology and shared their plans for the future. One of the most critical moments came when the team presented their results to a panel of experts and decision-makers. The panel included some of the most influential figures in the galaxy, and their opinions could significantly impact Death World's future. Alex took the stage and began his presentation. He spoke passionately about the challenges they had faced and the progress they had made. He highlighted the advanced technology they had implemented and the improvements in the planet's environment. The team's achievements were evident, but Alex knew that they needed to convey the broader significance of their work. "The transformation of Death World is not just a triumph for our team," Alex said. "It represents the potential for humanity and other civilizations to overcome adversity and achieve greatness. Our work here shows that with determination and innovation, we can turn even the most hostile environments into thriving worlds." The panel listened intently, and the audience was captivated by Alex's words. The team's presentation was well received, and many representatives expressed admiration for their accomplishments. However, Alex knew that earning respect was not just about presentations and speeches, it was also about proving their reliability and commitment over time. After the conference, the team continued to work diligently on Deathworld. They implemented new technologies and expanded their terraforming efforts. They invited representatives from interested civilizations to visit the planet and see the progress firsthand. These visits allowed others to experience the changes and witness the team's dedication. One of the visitors was an esteemed diplomat from the Zalorian species, known for their advanced technology and diplomatic prowess. The Zalorians had a reputation for being cautious and selective in their partnerships. Alex was aware that gaining their respect could open doors for further collaboration and support. During the Zalorian visit, the team provided a comprehensive tour of Deathworld. They showcased the improvements in the environment, demonstrated the functioning of their technology, and discussed their plans for future development. The Zalorians were impressed by the progress and the team's expertise. The diplomat, Lady Mira, spoke with Alex after the tour. "Your work on Deathworld is impressive," she said. "It is clear that you have made significant strides in transforming this planet. I appreciate the effort and dedication your team has shown." Lady Mira's acknowledgement was a significant milestone for the team. It signaled that their efforts were being recognized and valued by influential figures in the galaxy. The respect they had earned from the Zalorians was a testament to their hard work and perseverance. As the team continued their work, they built on the relationships they had established. They engaged in collaborations with other civilizations, sharing knowledge and resources to further enhance Deathworld's transformation. These partnerships brought new perspectives and technologies, accelerating their progress. The team also began to explore opportunities for colonization and settlement. They worked on developing infrastructure and creating conditions that would support human life on Deathworld. Their goal was to establish a permanent presence and create a thriving community that could serve as a model for future endeavors. Through their dedication and achievements, Alex and his team earned not only respect, but also the trust and support of the galactic community. Their success on Deathworld became a symbol of human capability and resilience. They had demonstrated that humanity could take on the most daunting challenges and turn them into opportunities for growth and cooperation. As they looked toward the future, the team remained committed to their mission. They knew that there were still many obstacles to overcome, but they were confident in their ability to succeed. The respect they had earned was a testament to their hard work and determination, and it fueled their drive to continue pushing the boundaries of what was possible. The story of Deathworld was one of transformation, collaboration, and the power of human ingenuity. Alex and his team had turned a harsh and dangerous world into a thriving example of what could be achieved through perseverance and innovation. Their journey had earned them a place in the annals of galactic history, and their legacy would inspire future generations to reach for the stars and beyond. The new world as Deathworld evolved from a barren wasteland to a thriving environment. The sense of accomplishment among Dr. Alex Carter and his team was palpable. The once hostile landscape was now showing signs of life, and the team was ready to witness the fruits of their labor. The vision of a new world was becoming a reality, and the excitement was infectious. The initial focus of their transformation efforts had been on making the planet's environment suitable for human life. The advancements in atmospheric control and soil enrichment had already shown impressive results. The harsh winds had died down, the air was cleaner, and the first green shoots of vegetation were emerging from the ground. With these successes, the team began to shift their focus to developing the infrastructure needed to support a growing population. They planned to build settlements, establish resource production facilities, and create areas for research and exploration. Their goal was to create a self-sustaining colony that could serve as a model for future endeavors. The team's first major project was the construction of the new settlements. They designed and built habitats that would provide safe and comfortable living conditions for the colonists. These habitats were equipped with advanced life support systems, energy-efficient technologies, and comfortable living spaces. As the habitats took shape, the team also worked on developing infrastructure to support the colony. They constructed power plants to generate energy, water purification systems to ensure a clean supply, and transportation networks to connect different areas of the settlement. The focus was on creating a well-organized and efficient community. The arrival of the first group of colonists marked a significant milestone in the project. These pioneers were excited and eager to begin their new lives on Deathworld. They were greeted by Alex and his team, who provided a warm welcome and guided them through the new facilities. The colonists were given a tour of the habitats, the resource production areas, and the research centers. The colonists quickly adapted to their new environment. They began working on various tasks, from setting up additional infrastructure to expanding the agricultural areas. The team provided support and training, ensuring that the colonists were well prepared for the challenges of their new world. One of the first tasks for the colonists was to expand the agricultural areas. The team had already established some basic crops, but the goal was to create a diverse and sustainable food supply. The colonists worked on cultivating new crops and experimenting with different farming techniques. Their efforts soon led to the development of thriving fields of fruits, vegetables, and grains. The success of the agricultural projects had a positive impact on the colony. With a reliable food supply, the settlers were able to focus on other aspects of building their new world. They began to establish community centers, recreational areas, and educational facilities. The settlement started to take on the characteristics of a vibrant and thriving community. As the colony grew, so did the scope of their projects. The team and colonists began exploring the surrounding areas of Deathworld. They discovered new resources, mapped out potential expansion sites, and continued to assess the planet's capabilities. The exploration efforts also included studying the unique flora and fauna that had begun to emerge. The research teams made fascinating discoveries about the planet's evolving ecosystem. They identified new plant species with beneficial properties, including some that had medicinal uses. The fauna, once considered dangerous, began to show signs of adaptation to the changing environment. The researchers collected valuable data that could contribute to further improvements in the colony's development. One of the most exciting developments was the construction of a research facility dedicated to studying Deathworld's potential for hosting other forms of life. The facility aimed to understand how different species might thrive on the planet and explore possibilities for creating a more diverse and balanced ecosystem. The successful transformation of Deathworld had also caught the attention of other civilizations. Representatives from various species visited the colony to learn about the progress and explore opportunities for collaboration. The interactions with these visitors opened up new avenues for trade, technology exchange, and cultural exchange. Despite the progress, the team and colonists remained aware of the challenges that lay ahead. They continued to work on improving the infrastructure, expanding the settlement, and addressing any issues that arose. The success of their efforts had created a foundation for a thriving community, but maintaining and building upon that success required ongoing dedication. As the months passed, the colony on Deathworld became a symbol of human ingenuity and resilience. The once deadly planet had been transformed into a place of opportunity and growth. The settlers had built a new world from the ground up, and their achievements were celebrated by the entire galactic community. The story of Deathworld was more than just a tale of survival and transformation. It was a testament to the power of human determination and the ability to turn even the most challenging situations into opportunities for progress. The team's efforts had not only created a new world, but had also demonstrated the potential for future endeavors in space exploration and colonization. As Alex and his team looked out over the thriving settlement, they felt a deep sense of pride and accomplishment. The journey had been arduous, but the results were worth every effort. They had proven that with vision, innovation, and perseverance, humanity could overcome the greatest obstacles and create a bright future among the stars. The new world of Deathworld was now a beacon of hope and possibility. It stood as a testament to what could be achieved through collaboration, determination, and the unwavering spirit of exploration. The legacy of the transformation would inspire future generations to continue pushing the boundaries of what was possible and to dream of new worlds waiting to be discovered and transformed. Looking forward, as the colony on Deathworld thrived, Dr. Alex Carter and his team looked toward the future with hope and excitement. Their journey from transforming a hostile planet into a livable environment had been an incredible achievement. But they knew that this was just the beginning. The future held new possibilities and challenges, and they were eager to explore them. With the successful establishment of the settlement, the team began to plan the next stages of their project. They had created a stable and thriving community, but their vision extended far beyond the current achievements. They wanted to ensure that Deathworld could continue to grow and develop into a hub of innovation and collaboration. One of the key areas of focus was expanding the colony's infrastructure. The team identified new areas for development, including additional residential zones, research facilities, and recreational spaces. They wanted to create a well-rounded and dynamic community that could support a diverse population and encourage further growth. Alex and his team also began to explore the possibility of establishing additional outposts on Deathworld. These outposts would serve as research stations, resource extraction points, and centers for exploring the planet's unexplored regions. By spreading their efforts across different areas, they hoped to gain a better understanding of Deathworld's potential and enhance their ability to adapt to future challenges. Another important aspect of their plans was strengthening their partnerships with other civilizations. The successful transformation of Deathworld had attracted the interest of various species, and Alex and his team saw an opportunity to build on these relationships. They sought to establish formal collaborations and agreements that would facilitate technology exchange, joint research projects, and mutual support. The team also focused on expanding their scientific research. They had made significant discoveries about Deathworld's evolving ecosystem, but there was still much to learn. They planned to continue studying the planet's flora, fauna, and geological features to gain deeper insights into its potential and capabilities. One of the most exciting prospects was the potential for introducing new species and technologies to Deathworld. The team explored the idea of creating controlled environments where new plant and animal species could be tested and integrated into the ecosystem. They also considered incorporating advanced technologies that could further enhance the planet's habitability and productivity. As they looked forward, the team was also mindful of the importance of sustainability. They wanted to ensure that their efforts on Deathworld were environmentally responsible and that the planet's resources were used wisely. They developed strategies for managing waste, conserving energy, and protecting the planet's natural habitats. The expansion of the colony also included plans for creating educational and cultural institutions. Alex and his team believed that a thriving community needed more than just infrastructure and resources. It needed a vibrant cultural and intellectual life. They envisioned schools, libraries, and cultural centers that would foster learning, creativity, and community engagement. The team was excited about the opportunities that lay ahead, but they were also aware of the challenges. The journey to transform Deathworld had been filled with obstacles, and they knew that the future would bring its own set of difficulties. They prepared themselves to face these challenges with the same determination and innovation that had guided them through the transformation process. One of the biggest challenges was maintaining the planet's stability as they continued to expand. The team needed to carefully monitor the effects of their activities on the environment and make adjustments as needed. They also had to ensure that the growing population could be supported by the infrastructure and resources available. Despite these challenges, the team remained optimistic and focused on their goals. They were driven by the belief that their work on Deathworld was making a significant impact and that their efforts would inspire others to explore new frontiers and pursue ambitious projects. The story of Deathworld had already become a source of inspiration and hope for many. It demonstrated the power of human ingenuity and the ability to turn even the most daunting challenges into opportunities for growth and collaboration. Alex and his team were proud of what they had accomplished, but they were also eager to continue pushing the boundaries of what was possible. As they looked to the future, Alex and his team envisioned a world where Deathworld would be a beacon of progress and innovation. They saw it as a place where new ideas could be tested, where diverse cultures could come together, and where humanity could continue to explore the possibilities of the universe. The journey had been long and difficult, but it had also been incredibly rewarding. The success of Deathworld was a testament to the resilience and creativity of the human spirit. Alex and his team knew that their work was far from over, but they were ready to face the challenges and seize the opportunities that lay ahead. With a sense of excitement and determination,